Today we're going to be making some candy canes, and we're going to try to make them look three-dimensional, like cylinders instead of a flat piece of paper, like it really is. We'll create that optical illusion that they're rounded. We'll do that two ways. We'll be using curved lines to help this look rounded. If you used straight lines, it would look really flat like this. So we'll be using curved lines, and we'll also be using darker colors along the edges, lighter colors towards the center, and white down the middle for a highlight, and that will help it look really three-dimensional. To start with, you'll need to choose a light and a dark of a color, of two colors actually. And it doesn't have to be red and green, you choose, but you just need to have a light and a dark of whichever color you choose, and a white crayon. And you can trace your candy cane. I like to put mine right along the edge so that when I cut it out, it's already right on the edge and it's easy to cut that side because you don't have to cut it. And just trace all the way around your pattern. And you can trace this as many times as you like, as many times as will fit on your paper. I'm just doing one for now. Now it's time to do those curved lines. So I'm starting down here at the bottom and I'm going to make a curved line. And then I'm going to try to copy that curve. I'm moving it up 2 finger spaces and trying to copy that curve. 2 finger spaces, make another curve. If you measure with your fingers every time, then they'll be evenly spaced. And that will look more like a real candy cane. Okay, so now we have our curved lines finished, and it's time to start coloring. I'll start right here with my dark color on the edge. I'm coloring both sides of this one section, and I'm going to color it about this far over. So a nice piece on each side colored in with the darker color. And then towards the middle, I'll do some of the lighter color, but when I get to the center, I'm going to leave it white. You can also try to blend your crayons a little bit if you'd like to. So you can see I've got my red and my pink next to each other, but if you color back and forth across this way, you might be able to pull a little bit of the red into the pink and make it look like it is gradually blending. You can do the same thing with the red color over the pink a little bit if you'd like to make that look like it's gradually blending from red to pink. And then in the middle, you can just color white. Now, if the tip of your white crayon has any colors on it, try to smooth those off. And color the center with white, and then you can go back and forth and try to blend a little bit with those colors that are side by side. And in your next section, color the side with your darker color. Both sides, and see how I'm lining up the dark section with that dark section so they sort of match even though it's a different color. And then I'll use my lighter color and I'll make it about the same width as I did with the pink. And now I will color in the middle with the white, and I'm going to go back and forth this way to try to blend a little bit of the green into the middle of the white. And if you get any little bits of other colors on your white, you can scratch them off with your fingernail. And then you just continue on, and each section you do the edge with your darker color, both edges of each section. And then you do your lighter color so it lines up with the color before it, and you leave the middle section white. And if you get any of those little crayon bits from coloring really hard, you can tap your paper off so they can come off. If you rub them, sometimes it makes a big smudge on your paper. Oops, I'm pressing really hard with my crayons. As you can see, this is starting to look really three-dimensional. So you can alternate your colors, like I'm doing red and green, or maybe you'll do some other combination of colors. Just make sure that your lights and your darks line up all in a row and you leave the middle section white. And when you're finished, you can cut it out and glue it to a colorful background if you like.